Kale, down in Texas, getting ready for a couple key matchups against the Stars. Let's start with the week that was, though. You get a couple of wins on home ice against the Rockford Ice Hogs. You close out that homestand with 3 wins in 4 games. I mean, what did it take for the team to get through that homestand as you did?
Yeah, I mean, it was, we knew Rockford was coming in. I think they'd lost a couple in a row already, so we knew that they were going to be hungry. And, we've been talking a lot lately, just defend first, really focusing on our team defense. I think we did a great job of that in game 1. And, we scored on our chances. And then again in game 2, keeping it a tight game, winning in a tight hockey game. That's important this time of year, and also just moving forward, too, for the group.
Yeah, I mean, throughout kind of November and into December, you had a lot of success with that defense-first mentality, and it seems like you've gotten back to that again. So what is that mantra kind of driving for you guys right now?
I mean, I just think, when we're ending plays in our own end and, staying tight defensively, that kind of leads to our offense. We've had some really talented teams, play against us hard, and like Laval and GR and these teams that are, top of the standings, and I think we've handled them really well. And it's obviously the defending is the biggest component of that.
Yeah, how do you turn that defense into strong offense back the other way?
I think just transitioning quick, ending plays, fast, and then getting it moving up ice. I think our team is our strength. Other than the forward group is, keeping pucks down low in the offensive end and working the opposing D. So they do a great job of that, and it starts with us D transitioning the puck really quick for them.
And speaking of your defensive group, it's gone through some changes over the last little while with guys getting called up, things like that. So what can you say about the job that everyone's done kind of adapting to those changes in the lineup?
Yeah, I think it's been great. Bart's been playing really well, really solid. Horny's obviously been, producing really well. So he's been a great partner, and, just want to try to simplify and keep things easy for the both of us.
And then what do those guys coming back bring to your lineup?
Yeah, I mean, they're obviously great defensemen. Sally's a younger guy and moves the puck well, skates well. He's smooth. So, and then Philly, good stick, big body. So those guys are both, great defenders, and, they'll help our team obviously a tremendous amount.
Just a quick hit, 2 games here against the Texas Stars, but they're big ones with the Stars kind of nipping at your heels right now in the standings. So how important is setting the tone going to be for this weekend to get off to a good start?
Yeah, in division games, they're huge. So, and it's always hard to play the same team back-to-back nights. So yeah, just we want to get off to a good start tomorrow night. Set the tone, and we'll be ready to go. Like you said, they're right behind us, so it's a big weekend.
Yeah, you mentioned those playing teams back-to-back. We've seen, obviously, the Moose do a lot of that throughout the season. So, I mean, what wrinkle does that throw in sometimes when you got the same teams kind of over and over again, or in those back-to-back situations?
Yeah, I think it's just, it's hard to beat the same team 2 nights in a row. That's just kind of what it boils down to. But, I think, we've done a decent job. I think we've done a better job as of late, playing the same team twice and, playing good hockey both nights in a row. So that's, obviously a big challenge, and, we want to continue that this weekend.